cardio, running on a treadmill for a half hour, biking for an hour, it starts to change your muscles. It starts to make you slower, which is something that, I think, none of us really want to be slower in the extreme of, again, that 90-year-old woman that's having a hard time just getting up and getting to the bathroom. Interval training has been proven to be more effective in lowering fat and increasing VO2 max. So, what is interval training? Bueller. Anyone?
Like mixing weight training and like cardio type thing.
No, that's cross training. But it's close.
But is the interval like you do something for a certain amount of minutes and then do something?
That's what it is. Yes. Okay. But like,
it's changing your heart rate.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's doing something. So a really basic example would be you're on a track and you run a lap as fast as you can, and then you walk a lap. And then you run a lap as fast as you can, and then you walk up. So if you think about it, you're getting your heart rate up really high to the point where you're losing your breath, like to the point where like I really need air, and then slowing it back down. That was more activity that's done again by cavemen and cavewomen. And what they did a study which is really interesting. Like I want to really, they talk about it there. Like I really want to get my heart and lungs working better. I want to get things working better. So I'm going to jog. I'm just going to do that, and that's good cardiovascular activity. You'd be better off, and you'd save a lot of time if you just did sprints and then walked back and did sprints. It actually increases your VO2 max better, which is just your ability to use oxygen and lowering your fat too. Like I really want to lose fat, so I'm going to go running. I'm going to start a running program. There's different information with it, but they talk about like the skinny fat. Has anyone heard of skinny fat? Mm-hmm. Runners, marathon runners. Take a look at if you watch the Olympics or something like that. The marathon runners look like really, almost kind of like frail people. They're really light. That makes sense. I got to travel, a long distance in a short amount of time. I want to be as small as possible. But a lot of them will tend to they'll be kind of like chubby a little bit. And if you take a look at the track sprinters and things like that, who looks more like an athlete or someone that you wouldn't want to meet in an alley or something like that. I mean, these guys are muscular and fit, but the marathon runners, like, you think you just kind of like knock them over. Those guys wouldn't last very long, like back in Paleolithic times. They just get eaten by something. I'd rather be able to sprint, and get up a tree as opposed to just jog a little bit. I'm going to get eaten. So I always love talking about skinny fat. So intervals are life. Any chance I get. Intervals are life. So kids and animals, intervals are. I thought this was interesting. If you ever want to learn more about exercise, I've heard this from a bunch of people. Watch kids and watch animals. Animals do all the stuff that you're supposed to do because they're, as far as physical activity, they're kind of smarter and better at it than us. But they'll do different things for a period of time and then change it. So my son will run circles around the kitchen for a while, and then he'll squat down and play with stuff and pick stuff, put it away. Then he'll run circles again. He's never doing the same thing for more than a few minutes unless he's sleeping. Like he'll be interested in something, then go on and do something else. That is, pretty much the opinion of changing up like what you're doing. But what do adults do? Adults grow up and then we I'm going to go running. I'm going to go ride a bike for an hour. We're just doing the opposite of what we should be doing. So going paleo. Now we'll get to the part where if you're interested in doing this type of stuff for yourself, we're going to talk briefly about it. Again, we're going to do a brief overview of it. There's tons of information in the book, and there's tons of information at the end of the lecture, different websites. There's no lack of information with this stuff out there. A lot of the stuff is geared towards Robb Wolf, as that's the book that we're talking about this month. But everyone has different ideas, and no one's absolutely right about absolutely everything. So, but there's a lot of different information out there. But this is kind of a framework that you can go to. So it's so easy. Anyone?
A caveman could do it.
A caveman could do it, yes. If Geico did not come out with that ad campaign, my whole presentation would be shot. So how to go paleo, like Robb Wolf says, and Nike as well, just do it. So Robb is really big about, just pick this up for 30 days, throw yourself into it, really try it out and see if you get results from it. You've got to just go be committed to it, and you really can't argue with them. If you don't feel good and you're overweight and things aren't going well for you, the worst thing that's going to happen is after 30 days it's not going to work, which almost never happens if you do it properly. And the best thing that's going to happen is you'll feel great after 30 days and you'll stick to this and do it. So just throw yourself into it and do it. So he encourages you to do 30 days strictly, see how you feel, see how you look. Again, a lot of it has to do with like fat loss and like making yourself look better naked, as he says. So this is important. Try to reintroduce inflammatory items after that, like dairy, legumes, and see what happens. So if you stick to this for a while and you go back and have like a cheeseburger or something like bread or something like that, if you feel terrible, that's probably your body telling you, hey, we should probably stick to this other stuff. So he encourages you to do that and see if it was effective for you. The only thing you should never reintroduce is gluten. There's tons of information about gluten. You can take a look at it on the internet. Robb Wolf likens it to rat poison, or my brother does. I don't know. He sent me the email on
Poison oak, he likes this.
poison oak. Yeah. So my brother prefers rat poison, a little more dramatic. Take measurements and pictures. Almost everyone that I kind of read about and talks about improving fitness and stuff, pictures are a very good way to assess whether something worked or whether it didn't. Take a picture of yourself, in tight shorts, not much clothes, so you see your body, you see your waistline, you see your hips and things like that. Before and after pictures, 30 days on the program, and see if you look better.
It's like P90X.
Yes, exactly. The P90X craze.
Muscle confusion.
The plateau effect.
Grocery shopping is a big part of what we're talking about as far as the paleo. This is where a lot of people get confused. Anyone can get confused going to the grocery store. Obviously, the tons of morbidly obese people in our country are confused when they're going to the grocery store or to McDonald's. There's no shortage of websites and cookbooks for paleo eating. In Robb's book, there's a ton of interesting recipes that I am very interested in trying out. And the idea is, stick to the meats that are outlined and the other recipes in the book. Get veggies that cover every color in the rainbow. I thought this was interesting. It's a simple concept. You should get vegetables that are different or different colors. So if you can cover every color of the rainbow within a month, not in the week. You don't have to hit every color in the week, but change it up. Try different things. Another big thing they talk about is getting vegetables that are in season. Again, you shouldn't be buying watermelon at the grocery store in February. It doesn't make sense. It should not be there. We can genetically produce it and make sure it's in the grocery store. But other fruits and vegetables. It also suggests a really good idea. Farmers market is really good because it's a farmers market. The farmers have grown this stuff and brought it to a place, so it's in season at that time. So that's a good suggestion that he makes to make it easier for you. Eliminate dairy, legumes, and grains. Again, there's lots of specifics in there, and there's even people at paleo that say different things. Some people eliminate fruit. Some people, fruit is okay. Some people eliminate alcohol. Robb says, he bends a little bit and says you can have some different types of alcohol. Stay away from beer and wine. Try clear liquors. There's different things that are involved with it. You don't want to be completely miserable during your 30 days, but you can be strict with it as well. Focus more on vegetables and fruits. He really specifically said, if you're someone who has a lot of body fat and that's really your big focus to lose a lot of weight, if you cut out fruits and stuck to vegetables, that's good. He said if you're more of an active person and I think you already are in decent so shape, fruits are okay. If you're burning energy and exercising, doing things like that, that's okay. Fruits are okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about how cavemen cook.
30 hours straight, all I want is a bowl of chili.
Whoa. Hold on there, Captain Nancy Pants. I'm plating, and I still need a garnish.
Not everyone can make it on a crab boat, but everyone could save money with Geico.
Is your blazer ready?
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 50%.
So again, our Gecko cavemen are showing us how cavemen did not actually cook. Those are some of the cooking ideas. Again, there's tons of information in the book on different recipes and stuff. And we have more resources for food ideas. Again, you'll be able to find this online on our website. Ross is going to make that happen. Art Devaney is another guy that's really popular. There's some references that I got from some other people in our group. Apparently, he is 90 years old, in better shape than 99% of the people on the planet.
Oh, he's 80?
Yeah, he's 80, isn't he?
This guy is 90.
Sounds better at 90. He's an older gentleman that's in very good shape, so he is living the caveman lifestyle. ArthurDevaney.com. Mark Sisson he has a blog with information and a cookbook. MarksDailyApple.com. I assume an apple a day keeps a doctor away. Very bright.
He's primal though, so that's a little different.
Okay. Primal's a little bit different. We can go into that discussion some other time. I guess we have to do the Primal Blueprint book 1 month, so we'll work on that. They're similar. Sarah Fergosa, thank you for the pronunciation. a busy mom that has amazing recipes, and her website is everydaypaleo.com. So if you're in a family unit with maybe like 4 kids or something like that, so some good suggestions on how to